Fish tagine, it's Moorish and full of flavor. It's basically a Moroccan twist on a fish stew. First off, we start by marinating our fish. We start, take a bowl, some chopped cilantro, and some chopped parsley. In this recipe, I like flat leaf parsley. I think it's got more flavor. When you chop parsley or any herb, only once. You chop it too thin and then what's start bruising the leaves. We leave some until the end. A couple tablespoons of olive oil. 1 tablespoon of paprika. We're basically making something called a sharmola paste. 1 teaspoon of ginger. Some salt, pepper, and a touch, or maybe half a teaspoon of cumin. That's about enough. One clove of garlic. The back of your knife, on top of the garlic, crush. Take the shells out, and basically into the marinade. Lemon, again, roll the lemon. When you roll the lemon, all the juices come to the center. As soon as you slice in the lemon, we cut the membranes a little bit so it'll be easy to squeeze it and take all the juice out. This recipe I like a full juice of lemon. Mix all that good stuff inside. Your fish is supposed to be a little bit loose, sort of. You're going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. Cooking is always a common sense. Add in your fish, roll, and back to your plate. Same thing for the other pieces. Back to the plate. After marinating our fish, we're going to end up left with 2 tablespoons of the marinade. We keep that aside and then start grilling your peppers. We keep grilling the pepper just right on top of the stove until the skin starts bursting, and then we cover it in a plastic paper refrigerator for about 10 minutes. Then we take it out and the skin just start falling off the pepper. While you're grilling your pepper, it's kind of going to end up with burn spots like this. A medium saucepan, olive oil, tomatoes. I like whole tomatoes. I think they have much more flavor than when you chop it and slice it and dice it. In this dish, I like whole tomatoes because just after they're roasted in the olive oil, you can smell that aroma of tomatoes. Absolutely amazing. Garlic in, ginger in, shred it right on top. As soon as that garlic starts roasting, you smell that aroma. Salt, pepper, skin off the pepper, just with your hands, sort of like you're cleaning it. and then chop it. And then deglaze your pan with a little bit of lemon juice. And the reserved marinade. Put all that in. Chop your peppers. I like to slice them lengthwise. Sort of like if I get to chop them very thin, they basically sort of disappear in my stew. I want to keep them more as an ingredient, more alive. Back in your pan. I have here some potatoes. These potatoes are partially boiled. Means we basically boil them so they don't release a lot of water in our pot, and basically they're halfway cooked. Potatoes in. This dish is so easy and so much full of flavor. Cod in. Just nice. Put it right on top of your stew. Sort of like putting some spaces in between the pieces of fish. The rest of the marinade in. I top all that with a tablespoon of harissa. I like heat in my dishes. Stir all that in. Add the reserve chopped greens. Cover up, lower the heat, and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Now the time has passed, uncover your pot, and then drizzle around about half a cup of olives. Whisk the olives in. Off the heat and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Now my tagine is ready. It smells amazing. Oh, the tomatoes are fully roasted. They stay in shape. It's sort of like dine in. Oh. Some of that juice on top. The potatoes, they stay whole and not mushy, and that's the ultimate of a show. Cod is absolutely the king of fish. It's delicious. Fish is moist. The harissa has got a nice kick into the sauce. And the peppers. Fish tagine is the ultimate way of cooking any piece of fish.